Happy journey. Welcome to Walking the Path. I'm so glad to be back at Rythmia, back doing Walking the Path, back. I'm back. Baby's got back. I got back. I'm back. Okay, we're back. We know we're back. All right. Welcome. Thank you so much. I'm really grateful to be here. I'm feeling so much energy right now because I'm at Rythmia. We have such amazing guests here this week. And really, every week we have such beautiful people. And each week it's like, oh my God, these people are so amazing. Then the next week, oh my God, these people are so amazing. But it's true. And I got to teach a class this morning. And it was I just got so much energy from teaching the class. And then I went out and had lunch with the guests. And, people are moving through so much. Some people, I ask people how they're doing. And people will say, I'm doing great, the best night ever, but I'm angry, I'm sad. Somebody's like, I feel so good and so much energy. And people are so tired. Everybody's at these different places, right? But the trajectory is always wholeness. The trajectory is always healing. That's what's always happening here at Rythmia. It is a miraculous place, a blessing in my life and a blessing in so many people's lives. To have this opportunity to come and step away, right? To step away from the world of effects, the world of things, the world of changes, the world of getting and spending and late and soon, right? The world of doing, to pull back, to retreat, to regroup, to repressurize, so that we can go back out into the world full and to give back to the world from our fullness, not from our depletion. To give back to the world from the overflow of all the good that's coming out from within us. It's like that fountain has always been there, and sometimes we just put a lid on it, And so let's take the lid off. Let's take the lid off. Okay, that's our new motto. Rythmia, take the lid off. So it's such a beautiful thing to witness every week here. So one of the things that happens so frequently here is people come back to their power. Hey, Nayana from Sweden. Hello, Michael. Great to see you, brother. Hi, everybody over here. All you beautiful people joining. Thank you. So power. People step back into their power at Rythmia. So I wanted to talk about power today. I got the power. Ooh, I got the power. Yeah, I got the... Okay. Yeah, baby. Okay, so power. Welcome to your power. Whether you're at Rythmia or not, we got the power. We got the power within us, right? We say that there's one power, one source, one life. There's not two powers. There's one energy, one life, one love, one mind, one body, one soul. We're all one, and this one power is infinite power, the power of the divine. We see it expressed from the invisible into the visible world. Right? We say, oh, the power of the divine. What's that? That's so ethereal. That's not. No, it's expressed every day in the visible world, the garments of the divine. We see the power in the planet spinning without human compulsion. We see the power and the majesty, the awe, the wonder in nature. We see that power. And sometimes we feel it, right? But what we want to do through our daily practice, through doing retreats, through our regular, sincere commitment, we want to stabilize that feeling of power. And what it really is opening up the channel, opening up the aperture so that we can receive more of that power that's always already there. A guru once said, God's power is always shining upon us. But sometimes we just have to open the blinds, right? Sometimes we just keep the blinds closed. But it's always there. I had this vision, speaking of power. I had this vision. I was in the center of this space, and around me was all this darkness, like a dark mist of demonic stuff, right? All these shapes, these demons, and it was scary, right? And then on the outside of that thin mist surrounding me was the love of God. Just infinite light, infinite love, infinite beauty, infinite peace. And I knew it was there, but it was being obscured by this dark mist. And what came to me was, that dark mist is me. It's my own projection. It's my own fear, doubt, lack, worry, limitation, not enoughness, right? That's the fog of confusion and darkness. The demons are of my own making, and they have no power unless I give them power. And so this is the dark mist, right? And then on the outside of that is the love of God. Now I knew the love of God was there, but it was being obscured by the mist. The question is, do I want to just know that the love of God, the love of the divine, the love of the mother, the love of the infinite is there? Or do I want to be consumed by it? Do I want to be overflowing, flooded with that love and light and beauty, to have no sense of separation? I choose the latter, right? So what do? So that's the power of God. That's the power of love. That's the power of beauty. That's the power of intention. That's the power, the one power that there is, the one power in, through, and as everything. So now we want to talk about personal power. So there's the power, and then there's our personal power. And our personal power comes from that one source. For I do nothing of myself. It is the spirit within that does the work. This is good news. It means we don't have to work so hard. It means that we don't have to do anything to get that power. It's already here. What we must do is have the sincere commitment for that power. This is what we must. We must have the sincere commitment to our practice, so that we can see through the fog and the mist of darkness that we obscure ourselves with. Right. So in this perspective, silence is power. That's one aspect of power. For when we've reached a place of silence in our mind, we've reached the place of the power of God. When we've reached a place of peace in our mind, we've reached a place of the power of the divine. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am the presence of love and beauty. Diffused power is noise. Silence is power. Diffused power is noise. Concentrated power is that peace that surpasses human understanding. And so, power is choice. From a place of silence, from a place of peace, I can choose, right? And choice comes with power, right? When I can choose. And the only thing that we can choose, the only power that we have, is the power to choose how I want to respond to external stimuli. That's the only power we have. That's Viktor Frankel, the great American psychologist, Holocaust survivor, who wrote the book Man's Search for Meaning. He says that the only power, ultimately, the only power that we have is our power to, respond to the external stimuli that are coming in. This is power. This is silence. This is peace, right? When I am at peace enough to discern and respond rather than react, right? And so choice is power. Silence is power. My intention is that I don't need anyone's permission to tell me that I'm worthy or to affirm a choice. So there's a freedom that comes with power. Right? When I'm no longer seeking external circumstance, or I'm no longer seeking from outside something to make me whole. This is power. And we don't want to give our power away by believing in those demons, right? That fog that I was talking about, that mist of darkness that's of my own creation. So I want to tell you a little story. I got a cute little story for you. All right. Here's a story about the room of 1,000 demons. You want to hear a story of a room of 1,000 demons? Okay, here's the story. So have you heard of the Camino de Santiago? It's a walk in, hey, everybody joining. Great to see you all. It's a walk in Spain. From France to Spain, it's a 500-mile pilgrimage that people have been doing for thousands of years. Back in the day, the Catholics would do it, to cut off some of their time in purgatory, right? It was like, and if they walked on their knees that 500 miles, they went straight to heaven. But people are still doing the Camino today. But there's a monastery in the Camino where you can get enlightened instantly. So I want to just acknowledge really quickly Hey, everybody over here. Hi, I'm looking at some beautiful comments. Thank you so much, Colette, Michael, Naya, Sherry, hello, Casey. Oh, beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Casey says that this is aligned with what she's going through. Okay, so the story of 1,000 demons. There's a monastery on the Camino that apparently you can get enlightened instantly. So a friend of mine went, and he went to this monastery and he asked the abbot, is this the place where you can get enlightened? And the abbot said, yeah, this is the place. The guy goes, what do you got to do? And the abbot says, well, you have to walk through the room of 1,000 demons. And the guy goes, well, my friend says, the room of 1,000 demons, what's that? And he goes, well, it's just what it sounds like. It's a room of 1,000 demons. And you got to walk through it. You have to hear what the demons are saying, but don't get caught by it. Don't get hooked by it. You can't believe what they're saying. You got to hear them, but not believe them. And if you can walk through the room without believing what the demons are saying, you'll be enlightened. So the guy goes, you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm in. How many people have made it through? And the abbot said, not one. No, not one. What does this have to do with power? It's that we give our power away by believing in things that aren't the truth of who we are, that aren't the truth of that peace, be still, silence, that singular place within us that is the place of the Most High, the altar of our consciousness, the holy of holies within us. That holy of holies within us, that place, the innermost God and the uppermost God are the same God. So that place of power within us is where we turn away from the confusion of the demons swirling around us. What are the demons? The demons of fear, the demons of lack, the demons of limitation. I'm not enough. I'm not worthy. The demons of doubt and worry. And these are the projections of our smaller self that are not the truth of who we are. They're not the truth of what we know to be when we're in that secret place of the Most High, when we're in the place of peace, be still and know that I am God. When we're in that place, there's no din of confusion. So our practice, our daily practice is meant to lift us above the din of confusion so that we can see clearly the truth that God's love is always shining. And the only thing that separates us is our own projection of fear, doubt, lack, worry, and limitation. Now, I might intellectually know that God's love is there, that the love of the divine, the love of the mother, the love of the father is always there. I might know it intellectually. I don't want to know it intellectually. I want to embody it. I want to be overcome by this ecstatic connection, right? That's power. When I am unified with that source within me, there's nothing that can stand in my way. Nothing. Because any problem, anything that I see that seems to be an obstacle or a problem is small compared to the infinite source of potential and possibility that is the nature of God, that is the nature of what the quantum physicists call the unified field. This is power. Connected with myself, connected with that truth within me, and have that be the thing that's leading the way. This is what is meant scripturally when Jesus talks about lilies of the field consciousness, right? He says, consider the lilies of the field. They toil not. The lilies of the field aren't going, oh, do I need to biohack this soil to make sure I have enough nitrogen and enough nutrients? Do I need to add some supplements here to make sure I'm beefy up, right? No, the lilies of the field, they're not worrying about if it's going to rain tomorrow and what the forecast is. They're just doing their thing. And they're blooming. And they're blooming exactly the way that the prescient circumstances allow. They're taking advantage of what's present to grow and express and shine and bloom. This is lilies of the field consciousness. We do not have to struggle so hard. We don't have to fight. We don't have to make it happen. We don't have to push through. We don't have to try so hard when we're connected with that source of power. And we connect with that source of power when we're standing in the place of peace, be still. When we're standing in the place of be still and know that I am one with life, one with God, one with love, one with beauty, one with joy, one with harmony, one with balance, one with creativity, one with abundance, one with prosperity, one with health, one with wholeness, one with vitality, one. When I have a deep realization of my oneness with all of life. And how can we be separate from life? We're alive. Life is you and me. We're alive. This is life right here. We're not searching for a life. We're living life right now. We're living life right now. I was doing a ceremony with someone and they disappeared from the ceremony. I went and looked for him and they were like, oh, I go, what are you doing? Goes, I got so interested in this medicine. I want to research it. I was looking up on Google and I go, what do you research? You're living it right now. You don't need to research it. You're a living experiment of this connectedness. We don't have to look outside of ourselves. It's happening now. It's all within us. We don't have to search for a cure. We don't have to search for something to ease. All we need do is know that whatever we're going through, this is life right now. This is it. We're lilies of the field consciousness with the nutrients that I have right now. From this place of acceptance, we step into power because we're no longer resisting what's happening. We're no longer pushing it away. We're no longer trying to make it different than the way it is. And we think that if we move into a place of surrender around accepting things just as they are, we think that's given up. We think that that's capitulating, but it's not. It's not wringing our hands and going, oh, I guess that's just the way it is. Life sucks. No. It's this place of acceptance that we get to. When we're in a place of acceptance, it's from there then we can say, this is what's so right now. Now, what can from this place and my connectedness with the power, with all the intelligence, all the love, and all the beauty that there is, it's already in me. From here, what must I become? What must emerge in me so that the experience that's seeking to emerge becomes fully expressed, right? So acceptance of what's so doesn't mean wringing my hands and giving up. Acceptance of what's so means that I am taking this moment now and realizing that this moment is inevitable. It's an inevitable condensation of my past thoughts and beliefs. What I've been thinking about and believing about are outpicturing now. So if this is an outpicturing of my past beliefs and thoughts, then what's happening next is going to be an outpicturing of what I'm thinking now. So my acceptance of what's so, my personal power, standing in my power is accepting what's so, lilies of the field consciousness, gives me the power to then change my mind, change my thoughts, and begin thinking about something anew, thinking in a new way. Instead of thinking about the problem, instead of thinking about how broken I am, instead of thinking about how broke I am, I'm thinking about the truth that I'm one with all of life. I can't be separate from the life that's living me. I can't be separate from biology. I am biology. I can't be separate from life. I am life. You are life. Can't be separate. I start contemplating that. I start contemplating love. I start contemplating beauty. I start contemplating peace. I start thinking about peace. I start thinking about beauty. I start thinking about joy. I start feeling that. I start generating that. From that place, then we shift from a place of acceptance now to create. This is power. This is our personal power. This is peace be still. This is standing in our own truth, our sacred truths. And when we're in our sacred truths, we're coherent with all of life. And coherence means your life is on fire. Fire. Okay. So this is so much. There's so much to it. So much wants to emerge through you. So much wants to emerge through you. So much wants to come into existence through you. And it's always right on time. Although I want to leave you with this. You're never late. You're never late. It's always right on time. It's the perfect time. It's the perfect time for germination. Everything in nature blooms in its own time. We can't rush the oak tree out of the acorn, and we can't rush the caterpillar or the butterfly out of the chrysalis. It's all going to happen in its own time. So your timing, don't regret. Don't have remorse. Don't think you've waited too long. Don't think like, oh, I wish I would have known this 20 years ago. Now's the right time. Today is the day. Now is the time. Now's the perfect time. It's the appointed time. Say to yourself, I'm just getting started. I'm just getting started. Spirit is never late. The divine is always on time. And so it's the right time. And the nighttime is the right time for making whoopee with God, right? Making whoopee with the spirit. Get into that divine tryst of love for you. This is power. I love myself so much that I can love you so much, that you can love you so much, so you can start loving me. That's an agape song. I just want to give credit to it. So this is what I think this is it. I think this is our talk today. Power, our personal power comes in our silence. The peace, be still and know that I am God. From this place of silence, from this place of peace, I can then realize and see clearly what's seeking to emerge. And I can catch that and nurture that instead of looking back at all of the remorse and the regret. It's like, that's happened. I'm in acceptance of it now, full acceptance. And from a place of acceptance, I can then create what's seeking to emerge. I can midwife or husband that which is seeking to emerge. Okay, but okay. I think this is good. What are you guys saying here? Casey, Nayana, thank you. Sherry, thank you all. Thank you all so much for joining. Sending you all so much love. Joy says, can you save this live, please? Joy, it's going to be on my, there's a series called Walking the Path. It'll be on my Instagram. You can also, it always gets posted on Rythmia's YouTube channel. Always gets posted on Rythmia's YouTube channel. Thank you so much. Peace and richest blessings in this new year, knowing this new year is full to overflowing of more good than you could ever imagine. More love, more beauty, more peace, more joy, more harmony than you could have ever imagined. So just say right now, I'm open and available to more good than I've ever experienced, created, or manifested before. And so it is. Yeah. All right. Thank you all so much.